It's insecurity that is always chasing you and standing in the way of your dreams. A transvestite spends her entire life trying to look as feminine as possible, and I have clearly spent mine celebrating my masculinity. I shaved my head about 15 years ago, and the first time I shaved it, I started running my hand through my hair, and it was very therapeutic. When you go to the movies with your whole family, it's a different experience. For some reason, it's something that you're all doing together, and you take away something special in that. I'm not really afraid of the dark, except if I'm walking. The thing that scares me the most is the possibility of walking into a wall and busting my lip. It wasn't until I went to college and I got my first motorcycle that I understood the thrill of speed. The thing I'm scared of most is not fulfilling my work. There's so much anxiety around trying to get a movie made that you don't really get to be afraid of anything else. My mom used to say that I became a fighter and a scrapper and a tough guy to protect who I am at my core. The whole year one was in LA. I got into telemarketing and learned how to make money. 5 years later, that skill helped me make my first film. With age, you get to a place where you don't want to knock people out. You just want to give people a hug. I don't think a lot of actors talk about it, but there's usually a process where you essentially purge yourself of the character that you played prior to the movie. That's the first thing. You want to do it. It's like you have a child and you think everything that I've done up until this point is insignificant in comparison to being a father. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. The man who raised me is black. Culturally, he made me who I am. He was a theater director, so he also guided me artistically. I am truly multiracial. I never knew my biological father. I've always had less information than I would have liked to have had. All I know from my mother is that I have connections to many different cultures. Most of my confidence came from being with ladies, because I certainly wasn't getting any acting jobs. You live these 3 months in this reality, in this dark reality. You don't want to do those films every year because they're taxing. I started smoking a lot of cigarettes. It would be flattering to call it a modern Dirty Harry, but I think this film deals more with the loss of his wife than the traditional revenge vigilante films. My mother gave me this book called Feature Films at Used Car Prices by a guy named Rick Schmidt. I gotta credit the guy, cause he gave me the most practical advice. It empowers you. If you had asked me back in grade school what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have said my first choice was an actor, but if I couldn't be that, I'd want to be a superhero. I try to create an environment where, when we step onto the set, we're all in character. A person in my position has to restrain himself.